We need spaces where we can come together, feel seen, build on our collective resilience and hear from each other. And everything that goes with this conference is about raising our visibility, showcasing our talents and finding those opportunities to connect and find really great collaborations and most importantly coalitions that we could then take on outside of the conference. So I love coming to this conference because I'm around my own people. We hear incredible stories, but we also hear about the highs and the lows, and we can take inspiration and so much learning when we kind of see our stories through the stories of somebody else, when we see the way in which there's a commonality to our human experience as black and brown people in the world. And so it builds our resilience on an individual level, but it's about us being a collective. And with that, we have that sense of belonging that's so powerful. It enhances our learning, it enhances our sense of identity. And when we're in that space, it unlocks potential. It unlocks these hidden spaces of gems, of talents, and of being able to feel seen and truly understood by people that look like you is incredible. It gives you that extra bit of sauce, that extra marginal gain in your performance in all kinds of ways. So I was excited to attend because last year I was a speaker, and as a speaker you get to participate but not as much, and the energy in the room is always amazing, and this year has not disappointed at all. There's a wealth of experience on the platforms with incredible speakers. We've got Chris Akabusi coming up. We've had some amazing speakers on a panel. We've heard the detail around the various reports out there, the academic research around all about the statistics that go with being a black entrepreneur. And David Olusoga, OBE, just broke it down. He gave the history of entrepreneurship throughout Black British history, and it was incredible, and it just reminds me of where we've come from and where we've yet to go, and those hidden stories and those hidden legacies of Mary Seacole are just there for us, and it really reignites something. It kind of makes me feel so much more motivated to really go out there and be a part of the change in all kinds of ways. How do we ensure that we're having conversations at that top level? How do we make sure and influence those corporate organisations to really diversify their board structures, to diversify their funding criteria, and to look at what gets measured? You know, it was something that David Olusoga talked about. What gets measured gets done. And actually, how do we create that rigour, that robustness within policies, within equity and inclusion, that looks at tying in those priorities and goals and intentions with people's performance related pay. That's what taught. So when we get people taking radical responsibility for these issues around equity and inclusion, we find that we're able to move and shift the dial more easily and more quickly. So there are a number of answers to that question, but it fundamentally comes down to taking radical responsibility and then taking action and aligning that behaviours with money to ensure that there's incentive there beyond the moral purpose that creates